Good morning, Dreamland with Sensei Al Bob. Don't believe a word I say. This show is just for entertainment's sake. Okay? I'll catch you later. No, I'm here. I'm waiting for you guys. Let's say, oh, there he is. You're watching.
Hello?
Hey, John, you're watching.
Yeah.
How you doing?
I'm okay.
I watched your last two religious videos, the one when you were reading the Bible and the one when you're talking about native folk. And I like them both
Okay.
because whatever you say is almost irrelevant. Your heart is always in a good place.
Well, that's good. My heart is in a good place.
Right. And that's why I haven't given up on you. That's why I keep hoping for the best, and keep trying to be a good example. Now, I'm ready to come and stay with you for a while, but we have to agree that, as soon as I get there, you're not just going to throw me out.
No.
Okay.
Not me.
Right. You got to stay. And that means in any form, no, Red Bull drinks, none of that, Just cut out caffeine. It's like me. I had to cut. I would my diabetes. I could eat a couple of slices of bread, maybe one cookie, and my sugar wouldn't go up. But it got to a point where it did. So I had to cut. I had to cut all of that out. So I can't eat bread. I can't eat any real sugar carbohydrates. So.
Okay, that'll be good. I won't eat any of that when you're here.
Well, you could. It wouldn't bother me because the thing about anything is once you stop doing it and your body, doesn't go, oh, I want that cookie, then it doesn't bother you, right? And then in actuality, your body can have a cookie, but like once in a while, not like every day, like maybe once a month or, for something special. You can, you don't have to, make yourself feel like you're doing without, you know? So,
Okay.
so that's it. So in a week or so, when I get my next Social Security check and my car gets a little happier, I'll come and visit you.
Okay.
Do you still want to take the road trip?
Maybe.
Because, I think that might be good. It would be really interesting if we did it, and we kind of did it on the internet. Al and John go across America.
Yeah, okay, maybe. I mean, filming it and then, I don't know about live, but maybe filming the whole thing and then, I don't know.
Well, we'll work it out. We'll work it out.
Okay.
And when's the last time you talked to the kids and Danica?
I talked to Rowan yesterday. I try to talk to him every day, but I sometimes I go a few days without talking to him.
Well, that's okay. Just once a week is probably good enough. How does he sound? How are you guys doing together?
Well, I want him to live here and to be with them, so I can make sure they'll be kind, good people.
Well, Rowan's of an age where he could definitely come live with you.
Yeah, and she said that was okay, so I might be able to go pick them up.
Right. So that may be, the thing of our adventure is to go get Rowan. Okay. Well, okay. I just wanted to check on you. Sound pretty good. And there is sometimes I get too much into my head and I'm thinking about a lot of things, and then things can screw up, right? Because my intention and my focus, my awareness kind of drifts from what's right in front of me. And I have a little prayer that is very good because it calms me down and it puts my focus on what I need to focus about. And that is conscious awareness, I am. Conscious awareness, I am. Conscious awareness, I am. And then I say Om. And Om is, a Asian term for God. The same God. Om is that, like when you end a prayer with Amen, Om is Amen. So I say consciously aware AM. I am. Consciously aware I am. Consciously aware I am. After saying it 3 times, I say Om. Well, you could say Amen if you wanted to. And it really does a good job of mellowing me out and focusing me on that thing I need to focus on. So
Who
you,
was that car that drove by and home? Was he a city slicker?
what was that?
Was that car that drove by a city slicker?
I don't know. I'm in a parking lot. There's nobody around. The closest thing to me is a tree. I don't know if the tree is a city slicker.
Yeah.
So anyway, I just wanted you to know that I've been hoping for the best for us and you, and I'll talk to you later.
I'd like the other people in my life to be okay and make it to heaven, but I'm kind of lonesome. But
well, if I show up, there will be somebody there. And really, all you have to do, John, is you've been up there for almost 2 years by yourself. Of course, you're going to be a little shy of mixing with people, but if we take that trip, we will be mixing with people, and you can get comfortable with that. You just have to get comfortable with people again. That's all. Have you taken a walk up and around the hill?
not really.
Well, why don't you go? It's a beautiful day there today, isn't it?
I felt wrong because my dad hurt his knee and he has to go to rehab.
Why does your dad have to go to rehab?
Because he hurt his knee.
Oh, he hurt his knee. Yeah.
So I felt wrong doing exercise and stuff.
No, that would be good for you and good for him. You could, as you did exercise, you could focus, your how you feel about your body to feel good about your father's body.
Maybe.
But so just take a little stroll up the hill because it's a beautiful day and it's a beautiful path, and just take it easy. You don't have to, run up the thing with weights. Just, walk up there. And do you have any of those? I had a ton of folding lawn chairs. Did I leave any of those behind? You could grab one of those if you have one, and just go up. You got one? A light folding lawn chair?
No, I don't know of any of yours, but I bought one.
Okay, good. So you got one. That's all I was saying. If you have one, and just stroll up there with that, and at the most prettiest place, open that chair, sit down, and look at the beauty. Because there are a couple of really nice spots along that path that you can look into the valley, and you can look in the forest, and the breeze will blow through, and you can feel good. Be there with God. Nature is God. God made nature, and when you're out in nature, you're with God.
I miss my children and Danica.
Well, we can go visit them and talk to them, and we can see if your son wants to take a road trip with us.
I don't know if it's right or wrong too, because my dad, my mom said she doesn't know how much longer he's gonna live or something, but maybe he'll live to be 104. I don't know.
He will live as long as he lives. My mom was sick. She got pretty sick in her 50s, right? And she's, it's like me. I died in 2014 of all the things that I was wrong, and I lost a lot of weight, and I still have all those things wrong with me. And some days I don't feel that good, but I'm still alive, and I'm not worrying about dying. I am working at living.
Okay.
And I don't know, a couple of days ago, I was rushing around and I was in my head again. And the more I rushed around and wasn't, consciously aware I am, things just got eh. And I was in the Dollar Tree and I got a few things and I walked out and I only had $9 left until I get my next Social Security check, um, beginning of the month. And um, I basically saw this guy sitting on a bench. Definitely a homeless guy. He had all the stuff in his little pack, and he'd gone in the Dollar Tree and he had bought himself a packet, 6 hot dogs, and a juice. Not a soda, a juice. And so I looked at my hand and I had 4 single dollar bills and a $5 bill. And I said, I'm going to give this guy, should I give him the $4 bills or the $5 bill? And I looked at it and I said, I'm just going to give him the $5 bill. So I put the $4 bills in my pocket and I walked over to him and I said, Here, buddy, this is for you. And he looked at the five. He looked at me. He goes, Don't you need it? And I said, Well, I'll get a Social Security check at the end of the month and I can live with what I got. And he took it and he said, Thank you. And he said, You're blessed. And then we started talking. And he, ate a hot dog. And then this dog came around and the dog sat down in front of us. And he looked at me and he goes, You want a hot dog? And there was only one hot dog. There was 2 hot dogs left. And he said, I said, No, I think that dog. Here, give me the hot dog. And I ate like a third of the hot dog, and the other 2/3 I broke up into pieces, and I slowly gave to the dog. And we talked more, and we talked mostly about the Bible and about what life's about and all of that. And what was amazing was we kept eating. There was always 2 hot dogs in that package. And it was like the loaves and the fishes, meaning we did not run out. I mean, I kept taking one and taking a little bit of the hot dog and giving the rest to the dog. And for the next 40 minutes, we probably ate 20 hot dogs from the 2 that were there. So that's pretty close to a miracle, you know? And this guy, he had no ill will. He had no upsetness. He had none of that. And, I pretty much thought that was Jesus Christ right there. And that's why we still exist, is that Jesus didn't go anywhere. Jesus is still here. And so that's some of the good news I can tell you. And that's kind of what we have to look forward in our to, no, not forward, but to in our life, to in every day and every way, have our life be like that. And so from that day, which was probably a Wednesday or a Thursday or Friday or whatever day it was, I have tried to stay in that frame of mind. And that's all you need to do. You don't have to worry about, your father or this or that. I took care of my parents for 28 years. I didn't worry about them. I just did, what I could do to help them out. And that's all you need to do, is just be there with them, not anxious about them, not scared of them, not living in the past, but, being right there, being there in the moment. You know what I'm talking about?
In the moment, yeah. No, yeah. Um, but I noticed how people are mean. Like they I'm like,
Well, they're only mean because they, whenever anyone's being mean, they're actually being mean to themselves.
yeah, like it sounded like this means. Hello?
Yeah, I'm here.
It sounded like I heard a voice on the phone when I talked.
Well, you might hear a little. It is a cell phone. I'm in a parking lot. There's nobody here. For nobody. So
Well, I guess maybe people are kind, but the people I heard, I don't like the what they did.
well, the thing is, you don't have to be around those people.
I finally realized why. Well, the way they act, I was like, wow, no wonder these people and how they are. And it's like, okay, that's why God sends them to hell for all eternity.
But we don't know that He does send them to hell for all eternity. I'm betting that God does not, because when people are being that mean, they're already in hell, and their eternity is the day after, the next and the next and the next.
No, that's no one's not on the earth. It's not on the earth.
Well, if you're in a war zone and you're getting blown up, that's pretty much like hell.
Not really. It's not that bad. That's on Earth. It's way worse than hell. I saw it one time. It's really, really bad. Every moment, there's no rest. It's unimaginable suffering, way worse than we can imagine. Our worst fears ever. Every moment, and it's really fast. And it's in the hands of the devil and the demons, who are really smart because they used to be angels, but they're really, really bad. And and it's like they can shape shift and stuff like that because they're these creatures, and it's demons and the devil, and they can do this really bad stuff. It's like really fast level of torment and suffering. It's unimaginable. It's like it's worse than anything we know on Earth. Worse than anything that we've ever seen in a horror movie.
Well, all I can say is I don't know, right? And all I try and do is be my better self and be there for other people in the best way I can. I don't try to judge anyone. I don't try to change anyone. I try to be a good example and to.
God gets all the glory, not some man trying to act like.
Right, exactly.
God gets all the glory instead of somebody trying to act like cool.
Right. I mean, I all I try and be is myself. I don't act as anything, And now
I would, but I've never had got the diabetes.
What's that?
I never got diabetes.
You're still young. I didn't get diabetes until I was in my late 60s.
Hopefully I don't get it.
Yeah, well, if you keep your body mass, my mom had it. My father's parents had it. My dad stayed pretty slim to the day he died. He stayed pretty athletic till the day he died. So now he had other things. He had aplastic anemia and a few other things that I have also. And, so, but basically, whatever our life's experience is, it's a work in progress. And it's everything we experience has a value if you can learn from it. If it can make you understand a deeper point of view. And that deeper point of view is God's love's co-creation. God created everything in love. We should try to serve that, to be there to facilitate love's co-creation.
Do you ever think you can hear what people are thinking?
Not hear what they're thinking, but I spent many years being a counselor, a shrink, a negotiator, and so people have body language, and you can kind of tell how they're feeling: anxious, upset, happy, and so I can tell that, but I can't tell what they're thinking. I mean, I don't hear any voice of them saying things except when they speak.
But why do when they say words like they might say some words and it sounds like something another word, like when they say words, it sounds like birds. And they say it intentionally in a way to use the word words to talk about birds or some other bad thing that's not that good.
Well, birds aren't bad.
Some of those people, they try to do things to sound good. Hopefully they're doing to sound good instead of bad.
Right.
Because when they do it to do bad, then God knows what they're really thinking, and it's a sin. God knows what we're thinking and doing, so we should be good.
Well, my basic feeling about that is that God isn't a judgmental God, and he understands that humans aren't perfect and we make mistakes. And if we do something quote unquote bad, if we learn from it and don't do it again, then it's okay. We're not going to be punished. Our experience of doing that bad thing is punishment enough.
Well, I think people really end up in hell for all eternity in the earth, and then there's heaven that's forever and no sin at all, and it's really, really happy. Well, really good.
Well, I'm not quite sure, so I don't know. That's so I'm not a judgmental guy. I don't make judgments about people or things. I do have feelings about certain things, and I see something and I go and I try to stay out of that if it's not a positive thing, and I try to learn from my observing that, and that's basically where I'm at. I mean, I'm basically have faith in love's co-creation, I mean God's not unconditional love. That's what I have faith in, and I try to follow that path. I try to, the teachings of Jesus in the New Testament. I've read that many times, and I'm not a big follower of the people who wrote it, but I'm a big fan of Jesus. So that sound you just heard wasn't someone's voice; it was a truck going by.
Yeah.
So unless I can consciously say this is what someone said, I don't project that they said something else. And my parents.
You don't project.
Project. Project. To push something forward. That's to project.
You doing?
I'm okay, and so
I'm trying to record your voice now for a video. I hope it records.
Okay. Well, buddy, I'm gonna go. I just wanted to check in. You stay well now.
Okay.
Bye. So, gang, what I just had a nice little conversation with John. Chris is here. And there, Chris. Together again, just like the old days. Well, not just almost, that's 300 miles in between. Amen. Yep. Anyway, all around us is all this confusion and all this war and fighting and disagreement. And it's been that way ever since. And it's pretty obvious that a small group of people who rule, that's the only way they can rule. It's the golden rule. Those who have the gold rule. And, I'm not of that mind. And so, but I'm still a human and my emotions can sometimes, get the best of me. But I try not to allow that. I try to live in a state of compassion and understanding. Right? And when I do that, my life works pretty well. When I let things get a hold of me, when I'm like, oh, I got to do this, I got to do it, and I get, oh, I'm waiting online. Oh, this person cut ahead of me. That's when, things don't go well, So that's why I have picked up this Moji, Mojiji, is a teacher. There are a lot of teachers on the internet. And so he always has a nice little little thing that you can use, and one of it says, consciously aware I am, consciously aware I am, consciously aware I am. Says it 3 times, and then he says Aho or Om or Amen, whatever your predilection, right? But meaning giving respect to the great maker, right? And to be stuck on any singular religious dogma is not it's like a blind alley, not the healthiest thing to do. So, the best we can do is do our best. And so I leave you with that. And I wish all the best to you. And also again, and remember, consciously aware I am, consciously aware I am. And then the other good one is conscious intent I am, meaning everything you do will have a conscious intent. And I really try and do that, like driving, all of this, all of that, conscious intent I am. So anyway, that's about it. I love you guys. I'll talk to you again soon, and catch you later.